Good morning, and welcome to the Fort Wealthy Word. Hey guys, y'all know what time it is. Again, it's the fourth Saturday every month. We are at Streetside Classic, and we are doing Classic Caffeine and Community. And today we have a special guest from our community, Miss Chewning. And so we're going to dive into her story and her organization that's doing great things out here. And so, but first of all, I would like to thank our sponsors, of course, Streetside, all our sponsors, not just our automotive sponsors. Go to our website, tftcommunity.org, to see a list of them. I want to talk about, as I was telling you earlier, Ms. Chewning, we have our car show fundraiser coming up, our truck reveal. It's next month. Excuse me. I wish we had a month. I wish we had a month to tighten up everything. And I guarantee you the instructors wish they had another month as well. But it's actually next week, March 29th, 11 to 4. We're going to be at Billy Bob's down in the stockyards. Y'all know the stockyards here in Fort Wealthy Worth. And so I just want to thank those instructors. They've been hammering out with these kids, and we're going to see what we're going to get. We're also going to be back here for our spring car show after that. That is where we're going to actually give our scholarships away to our kids. And so we're also going to have a surprise gift for our instructors who've been helping us along. None of this would have happened without these instructors. So special thank you to them. Putting in work. They put in work on overtimes. They put in work in the evenings. They are dedicated to their craft, which is automotive, and also teaching our youth. Yes. You know, giving our youth something to grab hold to. Special thank you to that. But to list a few of our sponsors in automotive, LMC, PG, Mr. Pedro with the upholstery, Summit. We got a list of them, as y'all know. Painless Wire here in Fort Wealthy Worth. You know, they're located here. And so just thank you guys for helping us out, get this truck build going. It's just the beginning. And when you, in the start of everything, Ms. Chewning, you always have the beginner pains, you know, and so it wasn't a perfect build this year, but hey, we're moving along. We're going to show what we have. But Ms. Chewning, let's dive into what you're doing here and why you're doing it.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you for your invitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I work for an organization that's a nonprofit.
Yes, ma'am.
Called Future Leaders Outreach Network. It was established in 1999 in Kansas City, Missouri, right there on the state line. By Dr. Diana E. Stanley Clemens. We've been here in the DFW area since 2015. And we have been serving the at-risk youth and their families, teaching our young people to stay away from at-risk behaviors. And those at-risk behaviors are drinking, smoking, vaping, premature sexual activities, anything like bullying or anything that is going to cause them to have a delay in pursuing their future positive self.
Now, let me ask you something. You use the term at-risk. Why at-risk youth? Why use at-risk? Because I'm not a fan of it, let me just tell you, because I think everyone is at risk.
That's my point.
So
they're all at risk.
They're all at risk.
They're all at risk.
I just, you know.
So our program is totally inclusive. So we serve everybody. Everybody. We work with youth from grade 5 all the way up to the 12th grade. We also work with organizations like yours and CLC Inc. in Forest Hill. Yes.
I trust me. I actually work with them also with their prison release program. So yes, ma'am.
So we work with their young adults there too, and it's all about teaching our young people financial literacy. Yes, that's something that they haven't been teaching in the schools. So we go into the schools and we teach financial literacy. We teach them how to, if they're going to be in a relationship, how to determine if this is going to be a healthy relationship versus an unhealthy relationship. We also teach them about anger management.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Let me dive into some real quick. You mentioned relationships. How do y'all identify if I'm one of your youth? You telling me a healthy relationship and an unhealthy relationship? Show me that. Show me if I'm a kid out here hanging around with my friends, doing fun things, being mischievous. How do I know if I'm in a bad relationship with a friend or a healthy relationship?
Well, we use a curriculum called Choosing the Best, and we have it sorted out where it's age appropriate, but it's medically accurate. And we go in and we teach this curriculum to the students, which teaches them about the 5 C's of a healthy relationship, We act out scenarios with the youth.
Yes, ma'am.
And we open up the floor where the youth can come and look at us as trusting adults, that what's in this room that we're talking about,
right?
They can be honest with us, and we're going to give them an honest answer.
They can let go of their secrets. They can be just honest. Yes. Build a relationship where it's there.
Yes. So we're building a relationship of trust with them so that they can take this information back home and build a trusting relationship with whoever the caring adult is that they're living with. Right. Because we're finding out that a lot of times our youth don't feel like they can go and talk to the adult in the household. Yes, so we're asking them to find somebody, whether it's their teacher, their principal, their minister, or somebody that's a trusting person in the community that they can go and talk to, who is going to give them good, sound advice.
Okay. Well, I mean, you hit one of them already. You said, I'm going to ask you your target audience. And you told me 5th grade to 12th grade. Yes. So that's your target audience. Tell me about the core mission. You kind of dive into what y'all do, but the mission of it from 1999 in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, you know. So when they were, and I don't know if the founder's still with us or not, but what is like the mission when you come look at our community in Fort Wealthy Worth here? What would be that mission? And you look at
our mission is that the young people and the adults become self-sufficient. In all areas, all aspects of their life. So that means like optimal health. Optimal health means that they're going to be physically healthy. They're going to be intellectually healthy. They're going to be emotionally healthy. They're going to be socially healthy, and they're going to be spiritually healthy. You got to work on the whole person.
Right.
Because if you don't work on the whole person, then
it's going to be off balance.
Yes.
I like the part, I'm not going to say the order, but when you said a couple things that we discussed, the spiritual, and then also, letting go your secrets, so you can be honest and open. You're not going to go nowhere if you have all that bottled up. And so I am literally wearing one of our church's shirt. And that's one of our goals, it's a place where you can let go. Let go of everything and build that relationship and then start over, start healthy. Building. And so the city on the hill, we're over on the east side of Fort Worth. Yes ma'am, great church. So so we have the target audience, we have the core mission, be sustainable, youth and adults, which is great. How is, because there's a lot of organizations, this is why I like this part, because I get to know organizations like yourself and others in the community that's doing the great work. Like I tell people, we're not the first organization out here doing good work. There's already tons of organizations doing great work, especially when it comes to volunteering. I say just hook up with one. It doesn't matter. Just hook up with an organization, start doing it, But what makes your organization unique? What would you say?
I believe what makes our organization unique is because we do bring in everybody. Okay, we don't leave anybody out. You have certain organizations, they only serve a particular population, but as you heard me say, all of us are at risk.
Yes.
We have not only young people falling prey to fentanyl, we have the adults also. So we teach against that. We talk to the youth about sex trafficking, human trafficking. We touch all the SB9 subjects. As I said, but when we go in, we're going in with accurate information for their age group.
Right. Yes. If for the ones who just heard SB9, I learned about it because working with the juvenile justice system.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about the SB9 as much as you can? I know there's, I don't know about the cases. I know we can't, devour a lot of information when it comes to the ones that we're working with. But can you tell our audience what SB9?
Yes. When I'm speaking about the SB9 subjects, I'm talking about things that affect our young people. We call it ACE. It's when something acute happens to a young person and it imprints upon their mind, upon their heart, upon their mind, soul, and spirit. And it eats at them where they can't seem to find their way. So we go into the schools and we talk to the young people about abuse, the different types of abuse. We speak to them about neglect, the different types of neglect. We speak to them, as I said earlier, about what is a healthy relationship, what's an unhealthy relationship, because they don't know. Because their environment is their environment, and that's all they know. So we do go into the schools in different school districts. We really work with our young people about, how can I say this, self-regulation. Because they need to learn self-regulation. And we're finding that what may be good for you may not be good for me. And we're also learning that our young youth learn different ways.
That's right.
Yeah, some learn by seeing, hearing, doing, all of that. Right. So we go into the classroom with the curriculum that touches everything so that all of our students can aspire to be self-sufficient adults. Exactly. It's not just about them going into the community and becoming someone that's famous. It's about them leaving a legacy. And the legacy that we want them to leave is that they are physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, socially healthy. This way, they can bring forth wealthy. Yeah, for wealthy. There you go. Something to the plate and help the whole community to rise up. And once we rise up, ain't no stopping us, right? Exactly.
When the last part, you kind of start glowing, you have that smile when you're saying what they can do and how they can do it once they get a hold to it, once they start learning it, once they start seeing the healthy relationships. And that's what it's about, but in doing this, I can sit here right now and know that you have the passion for it. I know that when y'all first got founded in 1999, when y'all came here in 2015, I don't know how long you've been with the organization, but I see that you have the passion for this work. But as I'm learning, as we're learning, my team, there's challenges, there's roadblocks. Tell me some of the roadblocks or challenges. Roadblocks are something that we're going to get over anyway. So God's going to make sure we get over these roadblocks. But what are the challenges y'all see out here with getting to the youth, with the youth themselves, with the school district? What do you see? What do you have?
Well, some of the things that we have experienced in the district is some of the politics that you have to go through to get into the schools, because some of the schools have what they called shacks, where it's the school health association, where they decide on who can come into the school and what they can speak upon. Each school district is different.
That they are.
Each campus is different. Each classroom setting is different. So we have to be flexible in what we do, but we still have to be able to come out and speak to the youth and to the adults about empowering them. And when I'm talking about empowering, we actually go into the schools and teach our young people the difference between a job and a career.
Correct.
We give them information about going into the military or going to tech school or going into college, how to make money without actually going out there and making money, how to apply for those scholarships, how to apply for the grants, how to go to a place like this beautiful place and just, come up and speak to people like yourself, get information that is going to empower them, because with knowledge, you can change things. Okay. And so that's what we're trying to do. In Kansas City, Kansas right now, what we're doing is working with their ISD. We have virtual reality goggles that we actually take into the classroom. And on these goggles, we have programs that are programmed for jobs and careers that you would get on BLS.gov. Yes, it's high tech.
Wow.
And the youth actually put the goggles on for whatever trade it is that they're going to go into. They can go in and use the simulator to do job interviewing. This way they get the practice before they actually come out in the public and do this. If they are doing wonderful work like you're doing here.
Yes.
Okay. We have a program where they actually go in and they're reporting to work here and they're going to rebuild a car. So they actually have the virtual tools that they would have to grab and actually take the tire off. You hear the sounds, the noise. It's just like they are what we call immersed into that environment. By doing this, we're empowering our youth so when they do go in for that job interview, they're ready. They're going to stay ready. They're going to be ready.
We're going to make a note about them goggles. We're going to get those goggles here. I want to do a test of those goggles.
Well, I tell you what, our CEO, Dr. Diana Clemens, will be here in the month of May, and I will make sure that happens, that you'll get immersed.
Yes, I want to be immersed into the environment. I'm going to hold y'all here. So in May, Dr. Chewning is coming, the CEO of the organization is coming, and I get to meet her, immerse myself in this. That is going to be great. Maybe we can get some of those tools down here and help our youth out here, which is that is huge.
That would be totally awesome. Now, what we are doing for our youth here in the DFW area, I don't know if you've ever heard of Fishbowl Radio Network.
I heard of Fishbowl. Yes,
we have our student-led program called When Eagles Talk, that is led by one of our teenagers who invites the different politicians and different people in the community to the radio show, and we broadcast it globally.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we use that particular venue so that young people can come and tell us what they need.
Wow. We're listening to them.
Yes.
They actually want to share that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can actually tell you, when we adults listen to what they have to say, things get better. I saw that happen when our youth went online and simply said that they wanted to be able to have social services in the school. Okay? They created something called Communities in Schools, where they have social workers now that are actually at that school every day working with the youth. Okay. They address concerns like if there is somebody bullying someone on campus. We tell them that's not snitching. If you tell that this person is bullying, what you're doing is getting this person some help. They need help. Okay. Somebody bullied them. Bullies make bullies.
That trauma that you talked about earlier. There you go.
And there's different things like that our youth come on board and talk about. Now, we also have an 18-wheeler that is fully decked out with all types of technology, with the virtual reality, that we can bring the classroom to your campus. You don't have the technology, we can bring it to your campus and let our doors open, let the students come in, put on the goggles, and be immersed into whatever reality that they're wanting to for the career choice that they are seeking. This is how we're, how can you say it, unprogramming their minds from what they see in regular media to a more positive side of what media can do. Yeah, because I don't know if you, sometimes I don't want to even turn the news on, you know. So
I don't watch it. I'll be honest with you, I don't watch it.
So just imagine what our youth listen to with the music, what they see visually, you know, maybe what they're seeing in their community. Some students don't even know that there's a community outside of their community.
Correct. We all had that family member. You know, I have a family member in Dallas. Now I'm passed away, but they never came to Fort Worth. They only stayed right there in Dallas, you know. And so, and I'm not the only one. It's many people say, you know, because that's how we was raised up. We never got exposed to other things, and especially with those traumas that we talked about. You know, if we don't open up those doors and discuss it, being honest, being transparent, being trustworthy, these kids are never going to be able to open up and see anything different. You know,
that is so true. And then when that happens, that's when you have the acts of violence that is happening on the school campuses. Student against student, you know, or a student going home and maybe they have a parent who was never taught how to be a parent. You know, and I can see that being a struggle, that you don't know how to raise this child, but you have to take on that responsibility to raise this child, but you really don't have the tools or the community to support you, to help you. When I was being raised, everybody raised me. The whole community raised me.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't even know how that happened. When I would do something, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have a telephone at my house. But I bet you by the time I got home, my mama knew what I had done. Oh my goodness. But we're here to help our youth, to bridge that gap, you know. And that's one of the things we work with them up on, is making sure that they can have parent-child communication, or parent-child how can I say, caregiver communication. Because all the students aren't living at home with their parents. Some may be with their grandparents. Some may be living in foster care. We're finding here in the DFW area that one underserved population are the grandparents. We have grandparents who are raising the children because the parents are not in the household due to either being incarcerated or they may be in a place where they're getting rehab.
Or just not unhealthy at the time.
Yes.
Unhealthy at the time. So.
But our elderly aren't receiving the help they need because they're on a fixed income.
Yes.
Most of the time, they don't have a vehicle to be able to go and apply for certain services. They don't have the technology at home to apply for the services. They don't know how to use the technology. So that's what we're here for, to bridge that gap.
Okay. Well, you know what, y'all sound like y'all have been doing a spectacular job out there. Again, I just want to thank you for our sponsors at Streetside Classic here today. I see the cars rolling in. Look, we just had a group of Miatas come in. Probably about 5 or 6 Miatas. We got to find out what that group is about, and so go out there and take a look. But man, y'all are doing some good things. Like I said, y'all been established for a while. You know, that's 25 years, almost 26 years, right? And so that's going to jump into my long-term question. The technology seems like y'all there. There's 2 things I want to get into. The goggles in May, and also this 18-wheeler. This 18-wheeler is local?
No. Right now, it's in Kansas City.
It's in Kansas City, okay.
When Dr. Diana Clemens comes in May, what we hope to do is grow. We want to grow in Fort Worthy, Texas.
Fort Worthy, she getting nice. You put it out there.
I'm hoping that we can all collaborate where we can bring what we have and what we're doing in Kansas and let it evolve here.
Yes, ma'am.
So that we can empower our youth here and the families here. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, if y'all need a driver, because I don't know if I told you. If you need a driver for this 18-wheeler, you let me know, you know. So, but I see that checks off my box about long term. Seeing that y'all going from Kansas City to Texas. Is there any other states that y'all in?
There's a couple other states that we have been in, but right now we're just focusing on these 2.
Okay, outstanding. And so when y'all come in your community and y'all came here, how did y'all measure y'all impact? What did you see happening when y'all first got out here? What made our communities a little different from Missouri, or was there any difference?
There is a difference. And again, it goes back to the politics. Okay. It's a little different. Texas does her own thing, you know?
Yeah, we do.
So it was just a little hard, you know, getting into the ISDs and proving to the parents.
Yes.
You know, the buy-in to what we're doing. Okay. We don't want anyone to think that we're going in to the schools and teaching their young people something that they don't want them to learn. Right. So we do have it where people can opt in and opt out by the school district. You know, we're here to help. Okay. We're here to be able to do, if you can't talk to your youth about sex, drugs, alcohol, vaping, then we're here to do that for you. Exactly. I'm one of the people that is licensed in the state of Texas to actually teach the program of helping our young people to refrain from vaping. Okay. Because right now, when students vape, if they vape on campus, they go to
ISS,
or they may wind up over on Kimbo Road. Yes. You know, they got to go before the judge. Then their parent has to find a place where they can have somebody address that behavior. Yes, and I'm finding when I meet with the youth one-on-one that I understand that the schools have to do this to try to get their attention and get the parents' attention, but we're not getting to the root. Right. The root is where the curriculum comes in that I'm talking about, choosing the best and pursuing my dreams. Is where we find out what is eating at them. Right. We got to get that out. Exactly. Once we get that out, we got to deal with that. Then they won't need to vape. They won't need to smoke. They won't need to drink. They will not need to think that they need to be having sex with somebody to find love. Exactly, you know, things like get to the root cause, correct that. Then you got that. optimal health that I'm talking about.
Exactly. Well, I definitely see that you know the right family. And I'm say the right family, you know what I'm saying? So that's always a good plug in the community. All right, so we see that what you're doing in your professional career. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to turn the table. Mm-hmm. We're going to jump into the personal.
Okay.
I know you're a car guy. We already went out there and toured the yes. So you love the classic cars.
Yes.
And your dad's truck.
Yeah.
What's the name of the truck? What's the name?
Sugar Billy.
Sugar Billy. Sugar Billy is sitting out there, Mississippi.
No, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Excuse me. And and I don't know the sister's name. What's your sister's name?
Latoya.
We got to do something with that truck. Sugar Billy can't just be sitting there rusting away. All right, you know, Sugar Billy. Boy, I tell you, I thought I had some names for my vehicles. Boy, I tell you, Sugar Billy. All right, well, so tell me a little bit about Miss Chewning. Just tell favorite TV show, favorite food. Let's dive into it.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, that's you.
My favorite show. I don't get to do much TV.
Yeah, no, I understand.
My favorite thing is being in the presence of my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, and all the children that the other babies that I have in the community that come over. My house is always full with youth on the weekends. I'm with children during the week, so. Right. My favorite thing is the youth.
Did y'all see how she lit up when she talking about the grandbabies and the great grandbabies? See, that's your heart right there. That's your heart. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So in doing community work, we know that we don't have a lot of time for a lot of our pleasures that we'd like to do. Mm-hmm. So do you have a hobby at least that you might pick up? Any kind of hobby? even the past. If you don't have none today because you tied into the community as much, what did you like to do?
Well, I can honestly say that I've always enjoyed art.
Okay.
So when I have my grandbabies and my community babies over, their parents have to drag them out the house to go home because they don't want to leave. Okay. Because when they come to my house is the fun house. We're going to learn, we're going to get educated, but we're going to have fun. So we dive into like making miniature cities and stuff out of recycled cans and boxes. We paint. You know, but we're learning, you know, ounces and things like that.
At the same time.
As we're learning, we're learning about the heavens with the telescope. You know, I'm always teaching and instructing, but with love, and we're having fun. You can do that too, y'all, now when you're baking cookies and stuff.
I want to do something, do a little education at the same time. Well, that was my next question, food. So I see baking cookies. What's the food? My personal is barbecue and fajitas, you know, and so that's something that I can prepare. I don't need other individuals like soul food. I got to go to my grandma, go to my aunt and them for the real good food, you know what I'm saying? But tell me about food. What do you do?
Well, y'all know this about me. My coworkers know this. I love food.
She loves some food. All
right. It doesn't matter what kind of food, but there is a restaurant that I love to go to. It's in Everman, Texas. We serve the youth over there in their ISD, and the restaurant is called Medea's.
Medea's, okay.
Oh yeah, Medea's got oxtails, greens, hot water cornbread, beef tips and rice, smothered pork chops and gravy, chicken fried steak, French fried chicken, whatever you want.
Medea's has it. Over in Elman. We throw out a plug over there.
Don't forget that peach cobbler.
She can do it.
Yes.
Sure. Hey guys, we're over here at Streetside Classic for the classic caffeine and community. We got coffee and donuts. Come on out and have yourself a ball. Again, I want to thank all our sponsors for helping us produce this show. Also, with our car show next week with the truck build, we want to thank all of them for lending a hand in this truck. Go to our website, tftcommunity.org, to check that out, or fortwealthyworth.org to check that out. And again, just thank everybody for coming out and supporting that show. And so we talked about food, we talked about the hobbies. Now, this is going to be one of the last things, and it's kind of one of the hardest things that I discuss, and that's family. You know, I look at it as I didn't get raised in a perfect family by far. You know, and I'm pretty sure they never claim to be perfect. But one of the things that I'm learning is that when we talked about raising a kid up with these parents that didn't get raised right or don't know how to raise right, their kids right, is because they don't know it. So one of the things we want to do, I want to do personally, is show them that it's not their fault.
Correct.
It's not their fault. Correct. Because if you look at our history, we was never raised right. But we also have to ask for that forgiveness. And then we have to, at some stage, get over that.
Yes.
You know, so tell us a little bit about your family, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
So how?
My family has been dysfunctional.
Okay.
For a long time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But they're my family. They're my people. I love them regardless of what they do.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if they're doing something wrong, I can't uphold them in that wrong. It's up to me to steer them to the right path.
Right.
You know, to pursue their dreams. You don't have to go out there and do the things that you see in these movies that people are doing, because what winds up is that you start wearing that new black, which is orange, right? So yeah. So
I like that. You know, I like that. That's true. That orange.
Yeah, I have to talk to my family members and to my family members out here, the youth that we serve. We have real talk. I was like, Ms. Weaver will never lie to you. I will come to you and tell you the truth with love. You know, and I don't snitch.
Right.
But if there's something that you're going through and I know somebody that can help you, I'm gonna try to steer you toward that person to get the help that you need, so you can be like how we do these vehicles here, restored. Restored to that beautiful person that you truly are on the inside. You can't blame your parents for what they did not know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you know what? In today's society, we all need to do like we used to do. The whole village needs to get involved, and raise little Johnny in. You know, we all need to do it together. Whether it could be a senior citizen that the youth can go and, I don't know, at the school, get all the kids to bring a new pair of socks and donate it to a community center that has elderly seniors who don't have anybody looking out for them.
Exactly.
You know, there's different things that we can do to love on one another.
And that's what we need to do is, I mentioned earlier about one of the instructors at the school threw a little nugget out there. He was throwing this nugget out there to the kids, and it hit me. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know, even I'm 52 years old, and I still need mentoring. There's still things that I don't know. We always need somebody else to help lift us up. And that's one of the things he said, is that you get to the point where you have a mentor who's bringing you up. And then there's somebody else on the side that you bring up. But then also there's somebody down here you're lifting up. And that's what we need to be doing right now, is lifting up people. And then we all together, hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing about the family. Family is our family. We're going to love them to death. You know, and like you mentioned, you cannot run away from your family. You can only teach them and show them. And that's what I'm so happy that my family didn't throw me away. Yeah, because I deserved it. Don't get me wrong. I deserved to be tossed away in the wind, but they never did. They opened their door. They had me a hot plate of food when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Had some of them, the cornbread and you know, they had all that good food over at Madeira's that we're going to have to get to. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to get over there to Everett and get some of this Madeira real tough. But yeah, that's what it's all about, y'all. That is why we are tomorrow's families today. You know, here in Fort Wealthy Worth. And so I tell you, I just want to thank everybody, Ms. Chewning, for coming out. And I didn't talk about the favorite car. We talked about Sugar Billy. But what's your favorite car?
Oh, I like the 1965 Mustang.
There it is. Hey, well, we definitely have a few of these cars out here. Yeah, that we're going to take a look at. And we have another special guest coming up right after this. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to have the right cars and the right family coming to visit us here in Fort Wealthy Worth. We're at Streetside Classic. Come on out. Hey, we still have hot coffee. We still got fresh donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. We want to thank them for helping us out. And we'll be right back. And thank you very much for tuning in. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.